Good morning, guys. Just got up. It's an absolutely prime day by the looks of things. It's 6 o'clock now, so it's still nice and cool. It'll probably heat up later, but there's clouds in the sky which will help it to hopefully not heat up too much today. And we've got something really awesome planned, so stay tuned. It's going to be a good one.
Today marks a very special day because I am loading up the mag quickly for the impact here in the back. Going to be shooting 34 grain slugs, but not any slugs. This is called the Patriot slug, the Javelin. It's a slug that we will be selling through our company. I'm part of Patriot, and so are Matt and Rolf, and a private investor. And these slugs we've been using for quite some time a bit, and behind the scenes we've been calling it the secret slug. You guys will see, especially on our Instagram account and some of our videos, you will see that we speak about the secret slug. And now for the first time today we will be filming the official video for the Patriot slug, and I'm so excited. I don't really have a lot of words to tell you guys, but we're gonna hunt today with the slugs for the first time, and you will be seeing it for the first time on video what these babies is about. So this is going to be an awesome day.
Feel free to skip to the hunting if you want to, but if you're an equipment geek like I am, you'll probably want to stay tuned for the next few minutes.
Of course, you've also by now will know that Patriot Outdoors is a thing. Patriot Outdoors is a big gun shop in South Africa. Basically, myself, Gerhard and Rolf were approached by someone who had a vision for a big gun shop, and we all bought into that vision. We've all jumped on board. So pretty much everything you see here is going to be sold through Patriot Outdoors. The scope, the rings, the accessories, the guns themselves. We're going to be bringing in FX to South Africa, the slugs, everything, the scope cams. So you're going to want to check out our website. It's going to be awesome. But throughout this hunting video, you're going to see we've got some lacquer stuff on show, and we're very excited to jump in the deep end. And we just want to make sure that everyone's happy and that people can get the stuff that they need without having to wait long periods of time, and without having support issues. We want to be, we want to make all these brands proud.
This is called a Arca Swiss rail, and it's from Saber Tactical. Thane Simmons and Donnie FL came together with their company, and they made this little piece for the FX impact. So what I will be doing now, I'll be fitting it to this gun. It's very easy. It's 4 little screws that you take off your rail at the bottom, fit it on. And the reason I'm fitting this is the Arca fitting on this rail goes nicely with the tripod over here. And me and Matt will be using this today with our hunt. We're going to be shooting the Dassies. Very awesome, but we'll explain more about how we set that up over on site where we're going to shoot. Just going to quickly show you how easy this is to fit this rail. Right, 4 screws. Basically very easy. Then you tighten it down. If you guys do struggle, maybe take off the grip first. That helps a lot to line up this bottom rail. There we go, as easy as that. Once it's fitted, it's nice. You can put it, like I said, this is your Arca rail, so that's going to be fitted pretty much onto there like that, and you can clamp it down, and there we go, solid.
I know this is kind of like an onslaught of show and tell, but I have one more thing to show you. I've been waiting to use my Nomad in a hunting situation for a while now, and I'm finally getting the chance.
There she is, Inventory Nomad. This is how you fill a gun when you're in a place with no electricity. It's pretty simple. Connect this bad boy up, plug it into a 12 volt battery. Make sure I get my positives and negatives right. What I normally do here when I'm hunting out like this, I've got a bag with a bunch of spare bottles. I've labeled them like 1 to 4, all the spares. These are all full already. I'm just going to fill the 580cc bottle, and I've got an adapter here for filling the bottle direct, which is awesome. Just makes it a bit easier. Plug it straight in, make sure your bleed hole is closed, attach the bottle, but before you open it completely, turn it on,
away.
With all the formalities done and dusted and the Nomad chugging away, let's skip to the exciting part, shall we?
That's the first Dassie down. We're not going to make a lot of noise because we want the other ones to come out as well. But that was a perfect shot. I think it's right underneath the neck. Tripod did a very good job. Watched it on the side monitor here. Got it nicely in focus. And it dropped like a rock.
One of the most enjoyable things about Dassie hunting is the technical side of it. These rocks can not only be deceptively far, but they also at very strange angles, which means you need some good equipment if you want to take perfect shots. My Sig Sauer BDX rangefinder measures the distance and incline, Bluetooths it straight to my Kestrel 5700, and the Applied Ballistics software does the rest for me. And of course, you can manually input parameters if you want. The Kestrel also measures atmospheric conditions like density altitude, which plays a big part with long shots like this one. This Dassie was almost 220 yards away, and the Kestrel absolutely nailed the elevation prediction. 198 meters. Let's hope the start is correct. The only thing I'm not 100% sure of is the wind and what it's doing through this valley. But if we can get a shot at 198 meters on a Dassie, I'll be very happy. So this was filmed at 1000 frames per second, and I'm going to let it play through at this speed. If there's one thing that I love seeing, it's a slug curling in from a crazy distance, almost falling into my field of view like a little bomb dropped from above, and landing exactly where I wanted it. Well, almost exactly. Elevation was pretty much perfect, within 1 or 2 clicks, but I got the wind wrong. That's human error on my part, and the slug drifts 3/4 mils to the right. So freaking close. So Gerhard and I move on, walking around past the rock cluster where Gerhard got his first Dassie to see if we can see anything on the other side. Usually with Dassie hunting, it's just a case of keeping your eyes open, keeping quiet, and being patient. We do all these things, and soon Gerhard has his sight set on Dassie number 2.
That's another one down. Was on 50 meters. Also a little bit underneath the neck. 34 grain Patriot javelin slug. You can hear the loud thud. It's telling me that it actually smashed him. A little bit later we'll go up there and retrieve them, just to see what the slugs did. But the setup over here, I just love it. It's perfect for this kind of conditions.
It's awesome to be back at this spot again. It's been a whole year since I've been here. I came here with Claudio a year ago. And to be honest, I was a little bit concerned because it's so dry at the moment. We haven't seen a single Dassie on the whole farm for the past 4 days. But came out here and it has not disappointed. We've already got 2 in the space of probably half an hour, so super happy with that. And you'll notice there, Gerhard actually held a bit under. I'm not sure if the pellet the slug hit high like we expected, but it was 50 meters, and this is zeroed at 50 meters. But because of the steep incline, I'm guessing it's like 35-degree incline, maybe even more. It's very, very steep. That slug will not drop as much. So some of the tricks we've learned here hunting Dassies, we've missed many shots in the past because we haven't taken the angle into account, but we're doing it this time, and so far just 2 for 2. Yeah, these slugs hit really hard. It's really awesome to see the progression over the years. I mean, we started with the 18 grain JSBs basically, progressed to 23 grain slugs out of the crown. The year after that it was 26 grain slugs out the impact, and now we're sitting with an impact that's so powerful with this power plenum and just the new valving and stuff in the impact, that is a killer setup. I mean, to shoot 50 meters and from a 25 meter zero you're still holding under, that's insane. It's basically like shooting a rimfire. So we're in a good spot now. I think we're gonna switch now. I'm gonna take the gun. I might use the Sony RX100 just so we can get some 1000 frames per second footage of that slug flying, and hopefully we can smash another one. Just getting comfortable here with the tripod and the auger rail. I actually won this bull-headed at Rocky Mountain Airgun Challenge earlier this year. It's nice because I can control the resistance of the ball head. Get it exactly where I want it. I can lock it down. It's fantastic. We can use the RX100 now. 1000 frames per second. Should be good. So while we're waiting, let me just give you a little bit more info about the scope right here, the Nexus. Basically, what we have here running over the features is 5:20 magnification in first focal plane. First focal plane means that the reticle is always to scale. The reticle zooms in and out with the sight picture, which means that if it says, let's say 1.5 mils holdover, you can use the same hash marks throughout all the magnification, which is awesome. We've got side parallax from basically 10 yards to infinity. And this is not just an airgun scope, it's actually tested up to 50 BMG, it's for everything, but got illuminated reticle, which is fantastic. Elevation and windage dials with a 10 mil per revolution, and then we've got a now 0 stop, so you can hear these clicks up here. You can bring back to 0 with a mouse stop. And then lastly we've got tool-free resettable turrets, so you can essentially loosen this turret by hand and reset it, so there's no Allen keys required for that, which is awesome because you can do it out in the field. We spend a fair amount of time just scanning the rocks, but there's no movement to be seen. We move about, we set up in different positions, look for another long shot, but see nothing. So it's time for a short break while Gerhard fetches his Dassies. I told Gerhard if he shoots the Dassies, he's got to go fetch them. So Gerhard's doing the long trek up the mountain in the sun. Not very comfortable. Hopefully they're sitting right there.
Here is the first or the second Dassie I shot. There we go. Bit of blood going on there, but just totally anchored him and is still on the rock. It's a perfect headshot. So I'll take this down to Matt, and Matt is staying right down there. Say hi, Matt. My lungs are not used to that, so I'm gonna make my way down to Matt now. Right, retrieve the two Dassies, both up there. As you guys can see, there you can see it's a perfect headshot. I just took it right underneath the ear, and if we turn around to the other side, you'll see the exit. There's a nice little round hole up there, so he went straight to the floor. And Dassie number 2, same story, perfect headshot. You can see the blood coming out of the ear there. Turn around to the other side, you will see the exit wound on that side. Two decent sized Dassies. They are going to cook up very well. We're going to give them to the farm workers later. 34 grain slugs shooting out of the impact at 1000 feet per second with the new Patriot slugs. And expansion wise, you can see that thing just absolutely smacked it very, very hard. I think inside the heads of these two Dassies, there must be a nice big cavity sitting over there. I'm just super excited to share this and to show you guys this for the first time. So very chuffed about that.
2 years ago, I discovered a new spot that probably ranks as my favorite rock cluster on earth for Dassie hunting. It's a bit of a walk and it's not easy carrying all this stuff, but Gerhard's a strong dude and we eventually start getting within view of the rocks. We've got a Dassie at 100 meters, it's looking right at us. So we're going to try to take a shot from here. 100. Damn it! I missed the shot on camera. I pushed the scope game too late. Got too excited, 100 meters hit him straight in the head. Damn it, that makes me angry.
Oh man, I'm so upset about that. I've been out here in the heat the whole morning trying to get footage. You know, Gerhard's got 2 awesome shots, but I've been trying. Finally I get an opportunity. I dialed 100 meters, lie down, take the shot, nail it perfectly in the head, rolls down, and I just take too long to stop the recording. With this RX 100 it gets awesome footage, but you only get 4 seconds of recording time. I just hit it a bit too late. I think I got maybe the impact of the slug and the Dassie rolling down, but I didn't get the actual trigger pull and the slug curling in, which is actually what you want to see. But you know what, we might get more opportunities, so let's keep going and let's make the most of it. There could be Dassies anywhere here, so we've just got to keep walking very slowly. There's a lot of little holes where they could peek their heads out, but if I see one and I've got time to set up, he's going straight down.
I'm sure you can see why I love this spot. It's just like a castle full of Dassies, and it's just a matter of waiting for Prince Charming to walk out onto his balcony. And that's exactly what happens.
Smashed that Dassie. It was very close, probably about 25 to 30 meters, which means I have to hold quite a bit under. So I'm really hoping I clapped him. Let me just review the footage and confirm.
Okay, this is without a doubt the best Dassie hunting clip I've ever taken. You'll see him holding under here once again for the steep incline. I send the slug towards him at 1,000 feet per second. That's 75 foot-pounds of energy traveling like a rocket towards his forehead, and boom. Have you ever seen anything like that from a 22 caliber?
Guys, I just checked that footage. That's like probably the best shot I've ever gotten a Dassie on camera. So that kind of erases the frustration of the previous shot. That was perfect. But there's still a chance that there'll be more out here, so I think what we'll do now is just wait off a little bit longer. We're still early in the day, so we've got time. I'm so happy. That was insane. That slug hit it like a hammer. I held under. I think it hit him in the forehead, and it just blew the top of his head right off. Insane.
We are fully content with the hunting experience we've had already, but I'll switch places with Gerhard once again, just in case another one pops out. Gerhard has changed back to the side shot setup, and I don't blame him after the RX 100 incident earlier. Alas though, no more Dassies, so time for retrieval part 2.
Well guys, I think we're going to call it there. We've each got 2 Dassies, which is fantastic. I need to go retrieve mine now, so it's my turn to huff and puff. I've got a bit of a steep rock face to climb here, but once we get those Dassies down, we'll analyze the terminal performance, and then we're going to actually have a little lunch and coffee break here in this little rocky spot. We brought with some materials for making a fire, put a kettle on top, make some coffee. It's going to be awesome, so stick around and let's see how things turn out. Let's go do it.
Well, just found my first Dassie, and as expected I smashed him. He's down and out. There he is. Let's see where I got him here. Right below the ear. Wow, that's what I wanted. Okay, blood coming out of both ears. That is perfect. So as you can see, we're up here top of the hill. I'm also huffing and puffing now. Beautiful view from up here, and I'm super happy to get my 2 Dassies down. Let's go get the second one. You can call me the human Dassie. Success! Oh my goodness, Gerhard. He's got, the whole top of his head is gone. Literally. Oh my word. Alright. That's crazy. I'm coming down. So, next thing on our agenda is to build a fire. This rock face that we just shot these Dassies at actually stands right on the edge of a dry river. It must be quite something when this river flows, and you can tell by the way the sand's eroded even since last time I was here that the river has flowed. It's just very dry now, so you don't see it. But Gerhard's there behind me. He's collecting some wood. We're going to make a fire right next to the riverbed there in the shade, and boil some water, have some coffee, and have some cold water too because it's hot. It's actually the perfect day for hunting. It's not as hot as it was a couple days ago. Very little wind. You couldn't choose a better day for Dassie hunting. This little lunch break under the rocks was honestly one of the highlights of the trip. When you're hunting, you're so focused on hunting that you sometimes forget to appreciate your surroundings, and this little picnic in the shade was just the cherry on top of a brilliant morning hunt. How's it looking inside?
I don't know. Check it out. Okay. Should be bubbling already. Yeah. These kind of videos I like because, you know, it's like people can see what South Africa is about. Africa about.
Yeah, it's more than just shooting.
Yeah. It's adventure. It's outdoors. This is perfectly Patriot outdoors, like everything you want.
Yeah.
Talk about the mood wall. This is painting the whole mood of Patriot here.
Yeah.
Just here now. This is what it's about.
I agree. Well guys, that was one of the most memorable Dassie hunts I've ever been on. Firstly, because I had my good friend Gerhard here from Air Hunters, but secondly because of the fact that this is the first video we're doing together as two people who are now working together for the same company, Patriot, which is going to be importing basically all the stuff you see here.
Yes.
Gerhard's going to be basically a technician who's now had training in Sweden on the guns, you know, all these accessories as well, and myself with the scopes that I've put a lot of hard work in, these element scopes. They could not have turned out any better. We took 4 shots with our Patriot slugs.
4 of them today, and all 4 of them all headshots.
Yeah, you know, everything from 30 meters, which basically split the Dassie's head in half. And then you took one there was one at like 70 meters here, yeah. There was one at like 50, and there was one at 100. And the shot at 100 went in the one ear, out the other ear, straight through the head.
And that says a lot about these slugs as well.
Yeah, terminal performance, accuracy, long range, and high ballistic coefficient. Actually, we did miss one shot. We took a shot at a Dassie down there like past 200. Yeah. Not surprised that we missed. I believe it's one of the biggest hollow, I think maybe the biggest hollow point of any 22 caliber slug.
Yeah.
So everything from morsies with little sparrows to starlings to pigeons to up to Dassies. The
variety of these slugs is endless. I mean, from anything small, like Matt says, from morsies, or house sparrows, pigeons, starlings, geese, guinea fowl. Me personally, I shot pretty much the whole range so far, all the way up to Dassies, and everything has been working very, very brilliantly so far. I didn't have any animals that was just shot halfway. They all was ethical kills, and that says a lot about these slugs, and that's exactly what we wanted in the beginning when we started off with this whole process, that we wanted a good projectile that was perfect for hunting, has a good BC. We've been working mostly with the FX guns at the moment, but I'm pretty sure, and I think Matt will say the same, that there will be guns out there that will shoot these slugs just as good as what the FX guns will. We will be having an online store also available on our website. So you will be able to go in there and see all of these goodies in there.
And that's it. We're going to drop the Dassies off now by the farm workers. They love these things. It's like candy to them. So they'll make probably a nice stew or something with them.
And all 4 of these Dassies is quite big in size. So there's a lot of meat in front of us here at the moment. So
yep, and all shot through the head, so meat's all intact. Perfect
preserved. So very happy. I think that's a super successful day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm so glad that I can make the way up here to Matt and join him on this hunt. This was not a hunt that was like pre-booked or planned before. It was just a call on the moment, and I said to Matt that it's a good opportunity for me to come up and join him up here. There will be more videos to come for our Patriot channel as well, so you guys can stay tuned for that. Not just hunts, we will be showcasing anything from within our store, from guns, shooting range, tuning. Everything will be showcased on our Patriot channel, so stay tuned for that. See you guys next time.